Welcome to the Global Focus Review channel. Despite the numerous plagues that occurred in Egypt and the event of the parting of the Red Sea, along with various other remarkable occurrences and miracles demonstrated by Moses displayed a certain level of concern when it came to a gigantic figure from the land of Canaan, referred to as Og, the ruler of Bashan. However, there exists a lesser-known aspect about this king. He possesses an ancient book that remains hidden from the majority of people. Only a few are aware of the existence of this book. In this video, I will delve into the subject matter contained within this book. Therefore, I kindly ask you, if this content is relevant to you, please leave a like and assist us by sharing it with others. This video is another installment in our series where we explore the giants of antiquity as described in the sacred scriptures. Specifically, we will discuss the forbidden book of Og, the king of the giants. Between 1940 and 1950, a considerable number of texts on ancient scrolls were discovered in the Judean region. Approximately 900 scrolls were unearthed, some in better condition than others. These documents are commonly known as the Dead Sea Scrolls, found in the caves of Qumran, where the ancient Jewish community of the Essenes resided. Among these texts, the oldest version of the Old Testament known to date was found. For those unfamiliar with it, the Dead Sea Scrolls represent the earliest recorded version of the Holy Bible concerning the Old Testament. In addition to the books considered canonical in the current version of the Old Testament, a variety of other writings and scrolls were discovered. These include the ancient Book of Enoch, mentioned in the New Testament and cited several times. Another significant find was the ancient Book of Jubilees, an ancient Jewish collection containing a series of precepts and teachings absent from the texts of the Book of Genesis. It is also worth noting the discoveries such as the ancient Book of the Giants, a captivating and enigmatic text, and the Book of Og, the King of the Giants. According to the Aramaic Hebrew Bible, King Og of Bashan was a ruler of giant descent, belonging to the tribe or race of the Rephaim, a lineage of giants. He governed over the Amorite people in the land of Bashan and was ultimately defeated, along with his army, by Moses and his men in the Great Battle of Edrei. In Arabic literature, King Og is often referred to as Uj ibn Anak, which translates to Og, son of Anak. While the Quran mentions him within the context of prophet stories, specific details about him are scarce. However, in Jewish and Christian traditions, Og is recognized as an Amorite king mentioned in both the Hebrew Bible and the Old Testament of the Christian Bible. The mighty ruler of the giants known as Og, who reigned over the Amorite people, was introduced in the book of Numbers. He was a fearsome king, and one of his defeated neighbors was King Canaan of Heshbon, who Moses conquered in the Battle of Heshbon. The kingdom of Siam, originally encompassing the area from the valley of the Jabbok to the valley of the Arnon and stretching eastwards into the desert, had its capital in Heshen, located east of the northern end of the Dead Sea. Shion had taken control of the land of Moab north of the Arnon, and apparently ruled over Midian, as the leaders of Midian were referred to as princes of Shion. When Israel sent messengers to request passage through Canaan's kingdom on the royal highway, promising not to take anything from the Amorites, Shion refused and mobilized his army to confront Israel. However, he was defeated and killed by Joshua. Og, on the other hand, was an Amorite king and the ruler of Bashan. He possessed 70 walled cities and numerous unwalled cities, with his capital being Ashtaroth, an important city dedicated to the goddess Art. Bashan was known as a fertile plain without stones and held biblical significance. It is mentioned in Genesis 5 as the location where Og reigned when Kir-Lamer and his allies defeated the Rephaim at Azarom. When Israel entered the Promised Land, Og attempted to resist, but was completely defeated. Numbers 21:33-35, Deuteronomy 3:1-7. This region extended from Gilead in the south to Mount Hermon in the north, and from the Jordan River in the west to the Sea of Shittah in the east. Half of Gilead was allotted to the half-tribe of Manasseh. Joshua 13:20-31. Golan, one of the cities of Bashan, became a city of refuge. Joshua 21:27. Argob in Bashan was an administrative district during Solomon's reign. 1 Kings 4:13. The cities of Bashan were conquered by Hazael, 2 Kings 10:30-33, but later recovered by Jos, Kings 13:25, in fulfillment of a prophecy by Elisha. Since then, Bashan has faded from history, although tales persist about the abundant flocks that grazed its fertile lands. Ezekiel, Psalms 22:12. Its forests were known for their oaks. Isaiah 2:13, Ezekiel 2007:6, Zechariah 11:2. And its vast plains were admired for their beauty. Amos 4:1, Jeremiah 50:19. After the initial conquest, the name Gilead came to be used to refer to the entire region beyond the Jordan. Following the exile, Bashan was divided into 4 districts, as described in the Book of Numbers and Deuteronomy. Moses had a deep apprehension of King Og of Bashan due to his immense size during ancient times. When we were traveling towards the land of Bashan, Og and his army attacked us in Adri. However, the Lord instructed me not to be afraid of Og. This incident illustrates Moses' fear of Og, a subject that has been extensively discussed by numerous rabbis. Despite witnessing plagues in Egypt, the parting of the sea, and various other astonishing miracles, Moses still held this fear for Og. However, now we have an ancient manuscript dating back approximately 2,000 years, found at Qumran, along with the Dead Sea Scrolls and other documents. This manuscript sheds light on Og, the king of the giants, and its narratives suggest an even more distant origin. I will now share chapter 7 of the book of Og, the king of the giants, which contains a few verses to provide you with a glimpse of this ancient text. It is important to note that the texts are considerably damaged. Therefore, I will only have the ability to peruse a portion in order to grasp the essence of the content contained within the book, authored by the king of the giants. Specifically, this pertains to chapter 7 in the book of Og, the king of the giants, where his concluding words to Moses are spoken. What are your thoughts on this matter? The worm of Israel, I, asserts that I did not reside in the lofty mountains above the waters that engulfed the mountains during the flood. You have never reached the heavens, nor surpassed a height of 2 cubits above the greatest of men. My purpose is to observe your demise and bear witness to your death. I am not guided by any evil forces of the earth, similar to what occurred with Nimrod, the circumcised Nephilim worm. I am a being from Bashan, the most prominent giant in this land. What can you possibly do to me, aside from preparing for your own demise? Hence, I inquire, are you prepared to face death? Moses, I witnessed your feeble attempts to approach the light. I observed your mother in Egypt, who witnessed the deaths of infants. Is that why you have come to wage war against me? Is that why you seek conflict with me? No evil will direct me to eliminate you forcefully. You, the corrupt one, your God, and your feeble warriors, I shall hold in contempt. They resemble a mere gathering of ants. This extract from Og's book, The King of the Giants, can be interpreted in various ways, considering the references to Moses' mother in Egypt, the deaths of infants, and the notion of Moses crawling towards the light, which symbolizes knowledge of God. OG's mention of the mountains above the waters of the flood can be seen as a claim of his survival during the cataclysm, suggesting that he was a giant who endured. Please share your interpretations of this extract from OG's book, The King of the Giants, in the comments section. In the book of Deuteronomy, specifically in chapter 3:11, and later in the books of Numbers and Joshua, OG is referred to as the final monarch among the giants. The term Rephaim originates from Semitic languages, such as Phoenician, Hebrew, and Aramaic, and carries various meanings, including revived, ghosts, and hauntings. The term used to depict a specific group of enormous beings that dwelled in the Canaan region has raised inquiries regarding how the precise stature of Og, the ruler of the giants, could be determined. However, resolving this question is relatively straightforward. According to Deuteronomy in chapter 3:11, Og's bed was constructed from iron to support his weight. This bed was of immense proportions, measuring approximately 9 cubits in length and 4 cubits in width, equivalent to around 18.6 feet long and 8 feet wide. Consequently, Og was an enormous giant, and his bed, which some speculate was his sleeping place while others suggest it served as his sarcophagus, provides us with insights into his size and dimensions. Many believe that the renowned bed of Og, the king of Bashan, might simply be a bed on which Og rested, gaining fame in the region and eventually being concealed in a city within the land of Ammon. Notably, an intriguing aspect to note is that the area north of the Jabbok River, known as Bashan, or the land of the Rephaim, contains numerous megalithic stone tombs referred to as dolmens, dating back to the 5th to 3rd millennium BC. In 1918, archaeologists made a remarkable discovery in Jordan, an ancient dolmen that matched the approximate dimensions of Og's famous bed, as described in the Bible. These ancient rock tombs are seldom observed west of the Jordan River, with the only other concentration of such megaliths found in the hills of Judah, near Hain. Interestingly, the biblical text also mentions another race of giants in the land of Hain, known as the Anakim, meaning sons of those who fell from the sky. This directly references Genesis chapter 6, which discusses the intermingling of the sons of God with the daughters of men, resulting in the birth of the giants. The ancestors of these giants were the fallen angels. I hope you enjoyed this video regarding the book of Og, the king of Bashan, and the intriguing facts associated with it. Feel free to share your thoughts on whether you believe the book is a forgery or not. Thank you for watching another installment in our series on the giants of the scriptures. May God bless you, and we'll see you soon.